Warning. The views and thoughts and opinions of just enjoy.
Was in the middle of making spaghetti, and the guy came in and said, "What the hell do you think you're doing?"
And with that, welcome to the Shadowcast, where we, producer Dan 𝗀𝗄𝗏 and myself, get together every Sunday at 7 p.m. to discuss our thoughts on the latest in movies, action figures, 3D printing, and other aspects of geek culture. We also produce 1/12 scale props that can be found on our website, shadowmoses112.com. 𝗀𝗄𝗏, take it away.
What?
Why were you so loud coming in, bud?
You're supposed to be loud and enunciate. It was good. It was good.
It was redlining. I saw the gauges.
Oh no, but on my side we're good.
I was about to ask. I hope you have the filter on.
Oh, I always have the filters on.
Good.
Robert Patrick's brother?
I don't get that one.
He's the lead singer of Filter?
I was about to say, was he in that?
Is
band
he?
Filter?
The actor guy?
Yeah, the actor guy and the singer guy are brothers.
I did not know that.
What are you talking about? Bill Burr and what's his face? From
Billy Corgan.
My name's Taylor Mandel. I'm here to spontaneously ruin your life.
Yeah, Billy was. I thought Bill was gonna fucking kill him.
Whoa!
Oh, I ruined it, son of a gun! Not doing it again. Not doing it again.
Put a quarter in the jar.
Yeah, here. Sorry. Forget we're live. I'm looking right at it, and I forget we're live. So who's going first?
I was gonna say, like,
okay, yeah.
I've been painting all this stuff with the 𝗂𝗏. A little difficult to see. Let me angle that up. Those are the sci-fi walls. They have a stainless steel kind of coating on it. Behind that is the brick, and then behind that is the castle type walls with the windows in it. They're all standing up. These are free. The brick are actually attached to like a sidewalk right now. But
I mean, they're freestanding?
Yeah, these are freestanding. They're standing on top of not even on top of the black plexiglass, but on a glass table, essentially. So trying to take some photos of those just to show them off. But also next to those are the first things I've ever designed in Blender. Those are like little dust props made to look like the SHF set that I'm thinking about putting up on the site later this week.
Bring them over when you get a chance. They look good. The pictures you sent look good. I've been kind of busy, so I haven't.
Let me put this broken camera down.
Wow, cool. You could send that clip to your eye doctor next time you need to go, and they'll give you a subscription right there. I've been working on a little bit of stuff here and there, but I haven't been home a whole lot. I've been out having a social life, so I'm embracing that while I have one. Yeah. My pile of loot from Big Bad Toy Store came in today, and there's a lot of Joy Toy stuff in it, which is cool. It's 1/25th, so it's just a little bit bigger than figures for kids. But I also got my Ling Jiun Ninja Turtles in, and I have not opened them. I've taken them out of the plastic wrapper, but you can't even see because there's protective plastic. So I might post pictures of those tomorrow, just because it looks like there's a lot in each box. But those came in. I'm excited for Bebop and Rocksteady to come through. I also got I didn't remember putting this in my pile of loot, but apparently I put this in my pile of loot. This is just a 1/18th Joy Toy Terminator from the Imperial Fists, Warhammer 40K. And then I do remember buying this. This is a blank one, so like I could do my own painting and everything on it, which is kind of cool. I don't know what I want to do though. I also impulsively bought another Rocky's file kit. I bought the Moon Knight. I'm curious to see how they scale. Because like the Venom looks so good and the model kits are actually legit. So I'm really curious to see how this one is like as an action figure, because the YOLO, no, it's not. Well, YOLO Park are really good too. I can't think of the company that makes like the Batman and then the Batmobile that I have, because those are model kits, but they're like legit. So I'm curious to see how these guys come out. Model kits have just been really awesome lately. So
I used to be so into model kits. Dad and Dad used to do dozens of them, literally dozens of them a year, and I would do. I did a few, and the older I get, after surgery, it's just not happening. Not happening. I won't tell. I hid cutting my knife with cutting my thumb with an X-Acto knife for weeks before. Like, oop, don't show that. I don't know how it didn't.
Well, I just buy these. I buy these nippers. These are steady nippers. Citadel Paint actually has pretty good ones too. You essentially, if you're into model kit building, you want it to be flush so that the blades converge down at this flat bottom, so that you put that against the surface, so that you're not leaving much of a nub and not marring the actual model itself when you remove it from the sprue. But then, like, there's also mold line removers, which I have somewhere, and it's this stupid little metal thing. You just kind of scrape away that to help smooth out the surface. Although I do have, and I haven't used it at all because I haven't 3D printed anything for a little while, that reciprocating sander for models, Pete. Remember that small thing? Like, yeah. I have that. I received it like a month and a half ago. I just haven't had to use it yet. But I'm working on some stuff for my D&D campaign that I'm going to 3D print out, hopefully on the big guy over there, and then hopefully I will be making a flumph on the Mars Saturn II. I'm using a resin print for that because that's going to be a mini. But my D&D campaign finally picked up again on Friday. So excited about that. Do you want to hear about it?
Yeah, that's what the show's for.
So basically, another friend of mine joined the campaign because last time I told you how they shanghaied 𝗂𝗍𝗄, the orc warrior, secretly a paladin, from her village. She was retired. They shanghaied her along their mission because there were only two of them and everything they were fighting was stronger than them, because I'm bad at CR rating. So there's the I forget what CR rating stands for, but basically it's the difficulty rating for like creatures in the campaign. It might stand for creature rating, I forget. But like it's basically a difficulty. It goes from 0 to 30. Like at level 30 or 28 is the Tarrasque, which is basically a 70-foot tall Godzilla monster that just destroys cities. But like I've been putting them up. They're level 4 now, but like I've been putting up against CR like 3 and 4 creatures, but apparently that's higher than it should be. I don't know. I also find myself worrying too much that they're just going to get annihilated by whatever's killing them, especially when they have shitty dice rolls, because sometimes they really do. But anyway, so third person joined the campaign and was following them because they were like, he's been in the area for a while in his backstory, and he's been warped over there from another. He's actually basically created a Dragonlance character, which is a whole other D&D type game. So we ported him into my game, and he's been wandering around and kind of trying to figure out his way back home and stuff. And like he has a whole backstory built out, but he eventually joins the quest. Instantly, he doesn't like the character Ender because Ender is a Draconian, and where 𝗺𝗻𝗵, this elf, is from, draconians are like monsters, basically. They're created soldiers that just are like slaughtering everyone. So like he's like, yeah. And then they go into this they talk to like basically an ent, and there's like this thing that's siphoning all the animal life out of the forest. And they go into this ruin under an ent after talking to that thing. And then there's an iron golem there, which would trounce them probably in like 2 attacks. Because it's CR16. I was like, I need something that they won't try and fight because it will just destroy their lives. So they try to sneak around it. And then thankfully, Ender threw an axe at something that was kind of sticking out from behind a column in like the ruins. And they hit it, but like it bounced off and slid against the floor and made all this noise. So the iron golem started chasing them. Then they go into this other space. And they're so worried about closing the passage, the iron golem can't get them, that one of them accidentally backs into a spider web and gets stuck in that. And then these spider creatures come down to fight them. And yeah, so that's where we're at.
Is this online or in person?
In person.
Oh, that's even better. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like that. So, I mean, the online stuff's cool. Like that opens up a whole thing, but when you get in the room and
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. We're all in the same place. The last thing that happened, like while they were like right after they closed off that passage for the iron golem, they like telepathically heard this creature like talking to them. And then that thing kind of helped them a little bit in the fight because they kept having shitty dice rolls. So like I basically used that thing to like stun the spider monsters, the 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗵𝗁 they were fighting. And then at the very end they killed those, and then that thing came out. So that's where we left off. And I'm very excited to continue on from there because this is just a side quest. Like but yeah. So I'm designing that little flump creature. I'm making a dice tower that is the tree ant, as they're called in D&D. Excited. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Love it.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
What else you got, Pete? I say as he walks away. It was just great timing. That's on my part. That's my bad. Something's coming. Is something coming, or am I moving on?
No, I just pulled these off the 𝗪𝗏. So this is a stainless steel texture.
Fresh off the 𝗪𝗏.
And then also did the floors in the same pattern because I kind of want that cold, dead stainless steel look.
Yeah, I like how you could see the little lines for like where it would be, the sheet would be stretched out. Yeah.
And then these are the smoke effects.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, dude, those look good.
Thank you.
I mean, they're not the most difficult thing to create in Blender, but honestly, sculpting is tricky. So like, I encourage you to keep playing around with it. And like when you made that brick, that Jersey wall, like you removed all the vertices afterwards, but like you need all those vertices, especially if you triangulate them. You need those to sculpt efficiently or effectively, really, in Blender. So like, yeah.
Otherwise, it just becomes a blocky mess. That's what I'm learning out. Yeah.
What you could do is, I don't know what did you do the subsurface division modifier on that or no?
No, I did subdivide 5 times before I started modeling. And just to make sure that it was smooth when I started pulling stuff out.
That works. So like when I'm messing with doing like vehicles and stuff like that, which I haven't really I get stuck on certain parts of them because that's where it gets a little tricky. But I use this subsurface, I forget, it's like subsurface division or something like that. And essentially it creates subdivisions on the inside of it, but it like smooths everything out. So if you right click, you could show like shade smooth or shade flat. It basically does that, except it's actually creating more vertices to sum up, to like smooth out that surface. So when you apply the modifier, you'll actually see, and if you have it enabled while you're in edit mode, you'll see like if you put a cube in there, it's just going to look like a circle.
Yeah.
Like a very round cube. And you could even turn that up in terms of volume, but like it gets a little tricky when you need to have a flat edge because then you need to crease edges and everything. So like that's where it gets kind of annoying to mess with.
Subdivisions.
Yeah.
That was that was for me. I don't think anybody else got that one here.
I feel like the cloud was probably the best thing for me to start with, but now I'm like, all right, well, what's next? What can I do that's like similar, but you add a step, you know, like.
Well, that's also a very different thing because you're going into sculpting, and like they're still just geometric modeling, like building.
Well, that I'll probably stay with SketchUp, you know.
Yeah,
Just
because you also SketchUp is easier because you can actually define length more conveniently in that. Because if you want something to be a certain length in Blender, you have to create it that length. You have to figure out how exactly to make it that length, then you have to move that out. Like you can't. Yeah, I get where you're coming from.
But yeah, I think the thing is I've always wanted to create head sculpts in Blender, but I can't jump from clouds to head sculpts. So what's the next thing I should try to like do next? You know,
Right.
I was thinking like some like wind effects or like slashing effects.
I had to repurchase Human Gen.
Why?
I don't know, something went wrong with my account or something, but it's also because, I mean, honestly, it's not the worst thing in the world because I had it on my Mac and I can't share the license over to my Windows computer, so I have the new version and everything.
Yeah.
And I think I installed all of it correctly because sometimes Blender add-ons are really weird to install, and Mac OS being a stupidly designed OS makes it even more complex. But hey, look at this baby hippo I received.
It's my baby picture. What the hell?
Yeah, it's dead.
What?
It's Mudang.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy. Are we ready for this?
Bum, 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 bum,
Oh, I didn't even mean to do that. Yeah, you're right. Are we? Are we ready? Are we ready?
Begin the frustration.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I have to share the thing. You know, this is the first time I've done this before on the show. Share screens. Never done it before. Share sound, optimize for video sharing. All right, here we go. All right, let's get it out of the way. PlayStation set to end physical disc production for new games starting 2028. Yay!
Twitch stream is frozen.
It is? Oh, there it goes again. Hold on. Go ahead and talk through it, please.
That's rude.
So I don't know where to start with this because I don't game as much anymore. But when I do, I like to have the CD because it feels like it's mine and it's not eating
Pete,
the hard drive space up on.
It is yours.
Right. Well, sometimes, right? Because if they no longer support the game or they want to shut down servers or things like that, there's aspects of the game that I can no longer use. But at the same time, hard drive space should not be for me downloading full games. It should be for doing updates, for saving files, things of that nature. If I need to rely on larger space to play games in the future, that's not what I want to do. You know, if there was a streaming service, it may be different. But you would have to offer a vast library with on-demand systems on that like that for me. This just doesn't make sense. Like it pisses me off, honestly, because we're heading towards this path, not only with our government, not only with corporations, but now we got to do it in the media that we love, where they're just bleeding everything dry and nothing is yours anymore. And it's like, well, you know, we're the corporations and you need this. Motherfucker, we could just stop. Like, we could not buy anything anymore and you can go fuck yourself and then things will just go back to normal. Sorry, I just noticed that curse. But
Matt did it. Matt did it 3 times and I was counting. It's fine. We all broke it. It's
Wait,
fine.
What did I say?
You said S 3 times. Twice. S'ing. Yeah, it's all right. We're there. We're doing our best.
I've been mostly paying attention to the F word.
Oh yeah, no, there's more than that. Let me read the first comment. I feel like the CDs haven't really even had the game on it at half the time for years, and they just pull from the internet and download the game. The other benefit, if you can't actually play the game without the CD present. Well, I know that's not true because I'll put the CD in without the internet and it still reads that the game is there. Just can't download it.
It's actually funny that they said 𝗬𝗍 said that because it's been the opposite. Basically, what game studios have been doing is, so like the Katamari games, DLC is on the disc when the disc comes out. And then in 6 months, they say there's DLC. And all you download and buy is a code that allows that disc to download that to your PlayStation. All you do is download an access code for that. So like, and they're probably similar situations, some situations where it's been kind of a little bit of what you're saying, but like largely they won't be doing that because it would be the most wasteful way to do it. It's like when instead of doing that, they do literally what they did for Horizon Zero or Horizon Forbidden West or God of War Ragnarok, where they sell you the steelbook and then put the DLC code. They wouldn't even put the disc in the case.
Can we confirm that Games has ever done that? Because I've never heard of that. I don't believe that's true. Where the game is not even on the disc.
Well, The Last of Us Part 2 was 2 discs. One was an install. The other one was the game that allowed you to play what was installed.
Okay.
Which is another weird way of doing it.
It is weird, but I mean, it's still, at least you have it.
I mean, yeah, like.
I want to point something out because I see a lot of people online. Most of the people that are digital fans, like prefer digital, are defending digital as if we're attacking digital, and we don't know. Digital isn't the problem.
It's not. And I've been thinking that too. Thank you for mentioning this.
Yeah, it's not. Owning things digital has never been my problem. I understand the convenience. I understand. I mean, having it the touch of a button. Like I get it.
Are terrible. Like CDs are horrible for the environment.
Sure. There's no two ways around either of these points. But yes, 𝗬𝗍, the problem is ownership. And let's get the facts straight. You do not own, no matter how many random schmucks on Threads or Twitter tells you that it's not true, you do not own the digital game. The thing you download is not yours. You own the license to play the game, which license can be pulled at any time for any reason, anytime they feel like it. That's it.
Yeah.
For instance, Deadpool. Yeah. Deadpool, the video game, is not in the store. I can't find it. It's gone. I have to get a disc that are now $100 because people are driving up the prices of physical games. So thank you, Sony.
But even before that, even before this, and I hate this, but like when they released the digital versions of the PS4 or the PS5, I was like thinking the next one's going to be digital, and we probably said it a few times before. Like the next consoles are going to be all digital, and I just hate that. I hate being right sometimes.
It's all but official now. It's the PlayStation 6 is going to be digital.
Well,
I know. Go ahead.
I'm curious what Microsoft's going to do.
Well, it's funny you mention that, Matt.
Oh no.
Yeah. This is reportedly that the Xbox Project Helix will not have a disc drive at all. Now, here's the second part of that bothers me, because movies are still physical discs, and the place.
Can I bring up a comment real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Of course.
My apprehension of bamboo, and I have a giant bamboo printer over there.
Oh yeah.
For better or worse, is that they force you to use proprietary things. But if you go to GitHub, you can work your way around it, even though they're threatening to sue people who do that, even though it's all open source and they can't really do anything about it.
Really I see. You're replying to the
bamboo.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't see that.
I sent it a while ago in our chat, like 3 or 4 weeks ago, where there was a guy
Oh yeah.
I might have brought it up, but
Yeah.
essentially someone went through the code of the bamboo version of 𝗺𝗀𝗃𝗍, and they worked around the proprietary bamboo components so that it just worked as a slicer without having to connect to Bamboo's network or cloud, whatever it is. And Bamboo told them to pull it down or they were going to sue them. And then this other guy, I forget the Instagram page, he was like, keep it up and I'll give you $10,000. And the guy has like a huge following. Like he's a tech guru kind of guy. Like he has the $10,000 to do it.
Yeah.
The guy understandably pulled it because like you don't want to really risk it. But that guy who told him he would pay that $10,000 then went and did it himself and then put it up on his website. So like I really need to look at that and maybe explore that.
But anyway, this is coming from ignorance, but didn't Apple do the same thing? Like, because it's a flavor of Linux and Linux has always been open source. And didn't they just basically recode Linux and then make it proprietary?
I don't know. Dan, did they?
I don't know. I will look that up when I have different screens up later on. But it certainly, after using Ubuntu on my laptop, certainly sure as hell feels like it. Like it would make a lot of sense if you want to look that up, Matt. Because like when I'm using Ubuntu on the computer, first of all, it frees up a whole bunch of space, which that's a great bonus. But using it, I'm like, it's just like Apple. Like it works the same exact way. The same exact way. I basically keep my oh yeah, and I was about to say, I'm glad you said that. As far as the analog methods, just unplug this sucker and put a disc in. I don't think that you can block you if you're off the internet.
I don't know if this answered your question, but the Linux kernel is general public license.
I think Apple was built on the Mac OS is built on top of that as well. Yeah, I think it's yes. If it isn't,
I just put it up. It says yes, modern Apple OSs like Mac OS are essentially certified flavors of Unix. Specifically, Mac OS is built upon Darwin, an open source core that relies heavily on FreeBSD, a widely used derivative of Unix, and the Mach kernel. So basically, they took something free and put a fucking paywall behind it, and that's exactly what Bamboo's doing. Fuck you, you fucking fucks. Okay, here's some quarters. Eat my ass. Fucking tired of this bullshit. Tired.
I have to start counting with my toes because Pete has a dirt trash mouth.
We're way past it. But I get it. Like this is, I've been seeing the discourse for a couple. You can ignore this. I'm just trying to put
like bottling water.
Playing. Yeah, it's like Nestle.
Yeah, Nestle.
F you, Nestle. Your Crunch bars are not as good as the Crackle, and that is the fact.
Crackle is so much better.
I mean, it is.
Nestle chocolate sucks.
Nestle chocolate does suck. I mean, compared to compared to a lot of other chocolate, Hershey milk chocolate sucks, but like, it's good. It's better than Nestle. But a lot of the discourse I've seen is, well, you don't own it anyway, but I do. That is not an argument. That's not an argument. And again, you guys are defending digital as if we're not coming after digital. Digital's totally cool if you have a choice. And I don't understand why so many people are not seeing that not having a choice is a problem, considering we've been there before.
Well, the reason they're doubling down on digital is because people can't admit they're wrong, and they don't want to be honest with themselves and know that they're going to get screwed over. And I understand that, but like, stop doubling down and making yourselves look foolish.
You are going to get screwed over. I
wish you weren't wrong. I wish people that love digital were right.
I totally wish you weren't wrong. Please, I hope I'm proven that I'm crazy and that this was all for nothing and that they can never, but they've already proven they've done it. Movies have done, this is less than a week after taking every Studio Canal movie off the PlayStation Store service, and that's 500 something movies
that people bought digitally. Now they
do not have them now. It is gone. And if you are, which was the other point I was going to bring up, the other physical thing, which I'll bring in a second, if your main hub is your PlayStation, You got to start over. You're buying that movie again from a different service. You bought full price already. And a lot of the PlayStations have the Ultra HD. What's the word I'm looking for? Format. I'll just say format. It's not the word, but the capability. That's it. And you essentially took that away unless you have a disc. If you have no disc, which you're not going to have in 2027 with the PlayStation 6 or whenever the hell that comes out, well, there goes your entertainment hub. It's gone. And it's funny. Somebody on and let's bring up a third point coming up. Somebody brought up on Threads all these people talking about, buying discs. Where was the last time you actually bought one? And I just took video of myself walking up to my not watched drawer yet and just opening the door and going, well, I just bought 2 last week and this is what I still haven't watched. And he kind of went radio silent after that. Because, not everybody likes your digital BS. I only have digital because it comes with the movie.
I usually give that digital code to a friend.
I used to sell them, but then eBay said I couldn't sell the digital codes, even though I see everybody else use the digital codes. And I had to reconfigure my account to even sell again. On top of that, with the Xbox, we heard that it's reportedly ditching physical games as well. But I also saw another report saying they are developing a way to purposely copy and store the digital codes elsewhere other than just on the Xbox hard drive, and digitizing discs as well. So I don't know what that's gonna.
What did you just say? Sorry.
I'll bring up the article. I'm explaining it incorrectly. I'm doing it kind of ass backwards.
Sorry, I was reading a comment on Twitch.
I like analog. I hate the space it occupies comparatively, but I feel like you have to do is code something to require internet connection to use it, even the hard copy. I just want to say, none of these arguments negate the fact that this is really fucking stupid. And that goes for other people on the internet, not you, cutie. Like, well, this and this and this. That's still bad. Okay, you justified. Okay, well, then just give up. Just give up like everything else we've given up on and we've given to everybody else. Just stop.
But that is also what they do with games.
Not you, cutie. I said that. Okay, now that's going to trigger me.
Titanfall was only an online game, so you had to be online to play it.
Right, and then how difficult was it for me to finally? I had to get on the Xbox.
That was Titanfall 2 you played.
Oh, okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Evolve, though. We brought up Evolve last time.
Evolve. Yeah, online only game.
I know it's not new. It still doesn't make it. I don't care if it's not new. We should, as a people, get out of our comfort zone and grow a set and start putting our money where our mouth is and take the money away from these fucking assholes.
I think also
grow up.
I was just thinking about the Cyberpunk fiasco. So they released a disc and then they had to go this huge day one patch, right? And the game still didn't work. And it took weeks before they could fix out all the bugs. Well,
that was Days Gone too.
Really?
Is essentially this going to be the same
issues that
digitally?
Though CD Projekt Red, that was not their first big game. Like Cyberpunk was made by a AAA studio. Ben's studio, it was an independent studio and made Days Gone and had a lot of issues at release. After a month, game played pretty damn well. But I feel like there's no real excuse for CD Projekt Red to have that issue, considering how big of a studio that was. They made the Witcher series and everything. I forget what else they have, but they weren't a small independent company.
Sorry, Dan, I'm digital only. I'm regretting it. Like I said, digital only is not the problem. It's not that we're in the situation where, which was it the PS4 where they first started you bought the disc, but it's still downloaded to the console.
Yeah,
because I remember
that's what I was saying last week. Because they were originally going to make it so it installed segments of the game, and then deleted it, so you wouldn't have to have the whole game on your disc at all given times.
Kind of brilliant.
But then they scrapped that idea there are probably a few reasons that it makes sense to scrap that idea. But the other thing that's stupid about having the whole game on your console is every time there's a patch, rather than just putting it on like a Band-Aid or a literal patch on the blanket, you have to reinstall the entire game because they integrate it in. And I understand why they do that, because it makes it smoother. It's like making a whole new blanket rather than just sewing a patch over a hole. But like, can we just start charging rent for how long we own these things and can't use them because of all the downloads, because of how much space that memory takes up? Like,
here's my thing. If you're gonna voice crack, if you're gonna do this digital only thing, then you better bring the price down about half, because you're not gonna guarantee me I own it forever. I'm not paying full price. Well, first of all, if this goes through, I'm done. Like, I'm not buying anything new. I've already canceled my PlayStation Plus subscription, which ends in September. I regret nothing. I don't care. You're not gonna be able to. I don't care. I don't care.
What else really sucks is that it's not even like you don't own something per Sony or Microsoft. It goes down to individual developers like EA also. It's so annoying.
The problem is that corporations have more rights than actual people. That's a problem. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw this really
Fire doesn't stop things though.
I saw a really interesting
why Luigi
thing on Instagram where this woman was saying, and I might have sent it to you guys, but she was saying back in the day they ransacked the ships in British Harbor over a 3% T tax. And how many taxes do we pay right now? For Donald Trump to get fucking rich off the goddamn presidency?
No, it's cool. No, he's fine though. It's fine. I almost went on a whole other rant.
Buy the 250 Trump coin.
No, I'd rather you punch me in the balls with my pants off. Quite frankly.
If I were to buy a 250 Trump coin, I'd want to be Magneto at the end of First Class.
You're Sonny on the Causeway in Godfather 1. The other monkey in the wrench for Sony here is they're accounting for 78% of sales are digital. I got the Magneto reference. The only problem with that is there is a leaked report saying that that's not close to true. Now, nobody's been able to
Whoa.
What?
This administration has 100% success rate, according to reports coming from within this administration. So if Sony says that their sales are doing well, then just trust Sony on the numbers.
Also, somebody tried saying that there's not enough room in if you download the new GTA 6 on Blu-ray, you're gonna have to get like 6 discs, and I'm like, dude, a Blu-ray disc holds 150 gigabytes of RAM, or gigabytes. What are you talking about? Of memory, you know what I'm talking about. Space, words are hard. Like that's 2 discs, maybe 3. Oh no. But they're talking about 78% of sales is digital. But this Insomniac leak shows that Uncharted 4 did around 80% physical. Marvel Spider-Man did over 60. Last of Us Part 2 did over 60. And Ratchet and Clank, you take that for what it's worth, roughly 75% physical.
Haven't we played discs or games with multiple discs before?
Yes.
Resident Evil 2?
Yes. Resident Evil 2.
Well, that was
Final Fantasy 7.
Like Legend of Dragoon, which is a stupid game that Rocky loves and everyone else rightfully hates, except for a small cult following online. That's a 4-disc game. Final Fantasy 7 is like 4 discs. Actually, all the Final Fantasies are 7 discs, and that cutie is actually a good reference to a game where it's not on the disc because it probably is all on the first disc, and they're like, just put in the second one because
we'll have to get a larger extended internal. Well, that brings up my fourth point, cutie, is that hard drives are they're too expensive. You're gonna have trouble buying one.
Yeah. Like to throw a little bone Sony's way. It's not like they're being greedy when they're asking for this insane price for the PlayStation 6. It's just the price they have to charge because, data centers, AI, this whole tech drive, China having all the minerals in the world anymore because America's too stupid and just destroying everything because we want lithium. And because SpaceX is like, we're going to destroy all these things and we're going to bring them back to Earth crushed because we decide we're too lazy to land them. Plus, we have to charge you every time that we build a new one because everything sucks.
But at least my picture looks like it was really taken at a baseball stadium and I was a baseball player and I have 6 fingers on one hand.
I'm just going to sell all my stuff and live in a tent.
I mean, really at this point,
you can't even do that though, because I'll just find
they'll tax your tent. George Harrison was right. Tax man. They'll tax your feet. So yeah, that's where we're at. Regardless of the argument, it's not good. You're going to find out. Everybody who's the digital, defenders for one reason or the other, again, for the third time, nothing wrong with digital. It's the other part of it.
It's also cheaper to release games digitally. Small studios only release, there are some Helldivers took forever to get a physical disc out. Black Myth Wukong, I waited for a physical disc to come out and I eventually bought it. But there are games that at release come out digital only because it's a small studio and it costs a lot of money to get the box art, to make the physical disc, to do all the logistics of shipping and all that stuff. That's expensive. And from some perspectives, I understand why digital only is a good way to go. But then Sony's like,
But the problem, the other problem with that is to not quote Cutie, is it's just gonna go down to everybody else. People are gonna see Sony doing it, and you know what's funny about the whole thing? I noticed that Rockstar took a lot of their branding off the Sony PlayStation app and all the other PlayStation things when they're the ones saying their game's not going to be physical, but they caught so much heat they pulled their artwork from all the stuff.
But I think Rockstar did that more from a space thing. Way. It just makes sense because of how big the game's going to be. Because even The Last of Us Part 2, when I installed that and I was like, this is 2 discs. That was annoying. And you cannot fit the install on one disc. You have to make a special case. So I kind of understand why Rockstar went that way. Sony going this way is bullshit. But Rockstar doing it, I understand.
Listen, I lived through laser discs. We'll be okay if you had to give me more than one disc for a movie. It's fine.
Yeah, but
and laser discs were the size of vinyl, man. Here, hold on, I got to change my movie.
But you're literally Rockstar would literally be shipping out installation discs at that point. And that, well, but even then they could just give you a disc and have it down. That could be where they do what Cutie said, where most of the game's not on the disc and you get the license through the disc to download it. But even then, if you give that disc to another game, to another friend, can that code work for another download? I don't know.
Yeah, Cutie, it's absolutely inarguably more environmentally friendly for digital. But in the face of the environmental thing, we're pushing data centers up the ass, which negates the environmental part, in my opinion. At that point, you might as well manufacture twice as many discs because you're still going to kill us. Well, that's just... No corporation can stand on the morality part of it. Mm-hmm. You have no, you're not, you got no feelings on me for that one.
And we're doing this on computers that run on batteries and using cell phones and everything. We're destroying South America.
Yeah. I give me something that doesn't kill the environment and I'll jump right on it.
Give me a jellyfish that we could print on.
By the way, I don't use Google anymore. I use something called what I use. Hold on.
Tusk.
𝗂𝗍𝗍𝗆? 𝗂𝗍𝗍𝗆.org. 𝗖𝗽𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆 every time you do a search, it plants tree. It puts money aside to plant trees somewhere. Period.
There was a billionaire who bought a whole plot of land that was being developed, and he bought the company that was using that land, and he shut that project down to protect that part of the forest.
Cutie, I was using
awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. I was using DuckDuckGo up until last week, and then I was watching what's the channel called? Good News This Week. It's a guy that covers good news, like a malaria vaccine.
Wait, is that the Australian guy?
Yeah, no, he's German.
I'm
He's German. He talks like this very much. But the beginning of the video is talking about a malaria vaccine or a malaria pill that was originally only for adults that you could give to a child, but because the dosage was so high, it might do worse. That they developed a child version of that pill that they can give to a kid in Africa that has malaria, and it almost 100% cure rate. That's how the video began. And then at the end, it was like, by the way, if you want to talk about the environment, there's a search engine that 𝗂𝗂𝗰𝗵𝗁. And I was like, oh, that was the easiest choice I've ever made. And I switched right over to it. Great search results. I mean, it works off of a combination of all of them, so I'm not really sure how that works because I'm not smart. But it pulls from all the other search aggregates. Is that the right way I use that word?
That sounds fair enough.
It sounds smart. The fact that my mom uses it tells me enough. Oh, DuckDuckGo. Well, there you go. Yeah, DuckDuckGo. I use Brave browser. I actually removed Google from all my devices as much as I could. And turn location off on your phone, guys, until you're using the map. So yeah, I'm all for digital, but if it's in the face of losing a tangible disc, or you know, media, I'm just not for it. I can't. I won't be. Vinyl sales went up last year for music for the first time since the late 80s, early 90s. I think they're safer than the environment than CDs. People argue, and now people technically go, well, that's a lot of storage. But I'm like, yeah, but it's thinner storage, it's just taller. Less this way and more this way.
They're also more likely to spontaneously combust than CDs.
You get them hot enough? Sure, yeah. Also wobble and melt.
Have you been outside?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Yes. In 104 degrees, Phyllis still goes out back, pees, poops, and then lays in the middle of the sun because it's warmer than it is outside. So I have to go out there and go, let's go. And my
well, the dog's only half a foot tall. It's close to the ground where all the cold air sinks.
Well, the price, it's not that much different. My price for getting her back in the house is I have to give her belly rubs. Like I'll walk up to her, she'll be laying like this, and I'll walk up to her and lean over to pick her up, and she'll go, to belly rubber, and I rub her belly, and then I'll go, okay, let's go, Phyllis, and then she'll follow me in, but she needs belly rubs first. I love that dog. I love that dog more than any, and my wife knows this, more than any human in the world, except Phil. The weed smoking, Bone Thugs and Harmony Phil. The guy who said he never did coke. In the 80s, dude, you needed to eat a sandwich then. Anyway, it's just, by the way, I'll send you a link to that channel because it does make you feel, in all serious side, because right now, world sucks.
Well, that's why I was following that one Australian guy, or maybe he's from New Zealand, but like we
might be talking about the same dude. I'll send you the link. Maybe I'm wrong from where he's from. I think we're talking about the same guy.
This guy hasn't been active for a while.
Oh, he just did. Yeah, no, this is a new guy. But I'll send you the link because it's just like
certain parts of Florida they've been finding ways to help the flamingos.
This guy is very much like, yes. So we have a malaria pill now that we can give the children and they won't die. Not as German as that, but that's more Gestapo German. People do the questions. But the channel, it'll make you feel better at the end of the day when you're like, I really want to die today. I want to fall off a ladder and almost kill myself kind of day.
There's this woman I follow on the street.
Officer,
sorry, I'm looking through my my Instagram follows.
Officer.
No, she posts like good news every day about like animal stories and stuff like that.
By the way, when you want to look at the just
Right, Q320.
There's so many pages I follow that aren't even active anymore. I need to do a cleanse.
Bernie Perrant on the different league, it's his fault. It was his fault. Pete, what's your final analysis on all this BS? Sorry, Matt, go ahead.
No, you're good. I think it's Waddle.
Just, I don't know.
Ivermectin, before idiots politicized it, was a wonder drug like that. For horses. Or did I miss the human element?
Yeah, it's Waddle_media. A lot of news up there.
When I worked at the vet's office, you know, that was happening. And people were like, no. And a lot of those guys were on the right. Oh, River Black. And people were like, no, don't take for ivermectin for that. Jesus Christ. I'm like, oh, well, yeah. Humans is a big use. I got to look that up. But then we dumbed it down. Here, take this. You'll get rid of COVID. That's not really how that works, though.
Just inject bleach in your veins.
Yeah.
The other day,
disinfect it down the throat.
The other day, I had to deal with some idiot talking about how Joe Rogan was not a complete freak.
You know, I was just about to ask, what was the one that Joe Rogan was taking? It was like a horse.
Yeah, it was ivermectin.
He was ivermectin.
Yeah.
And we almost got rid of him, but then somebody told him to stop.
Oh, you know, when he's talking about like microdosing on hardcore drugs and doing all this stuff.
Now,
and
wait
just bringing generally damaging and bad people on his platform to let them speak.
Wait a second. Yes, you're right. But England, without Joe Rogan's big, he's shorter than I am. Fucking idiot. Sorry, that's 11. England a few years ago was doing experiments and research on microdosing acid, and I'm like talking like most microdosing of it.
Scientists.
Okay, I thought that's
health professionals.
Yes, thank you.
Doing.
That's what I was about to say.
Who used to do UFC has cauliflower ears and runs a podcast.
By the way, he was the least funniest part in Sports Night. Is he in Sports Night? Or is it Spin City? He's the least funniest thing. He wasn't even a good host of Fear Factor. Wasn't watching for Joe Rogan.
Is definitely a better one.
The only thing he had claim to fame is making Carlos Mencia feel like he was the only comedian that steals jokes. Like no other comedian did it before him.
Yeah.
It was just the Hispanic guy, Joe. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, goddamn dwarf.
Just finish it now.
You fucking midget. And this is coming from a guy who's 5'6". I don't want to hear your bullshit. For my MBA, we did a case on ivermectin and whether it should be given out for free due to its low cost to make an incredible improvement to quality of life for many people in underdeveloped areas. And is COVID a parasite? I'm just trying to.
No.
Okay.
No, it's a disease.
That was my whole point. I said, listen, I'm not smart enough to tell you how to take ivermectin. I'm pretty sure it's a. You think you should give ivermectin away for free to just some random schmo?
No, I think Cutie is.
That's the same thing.
I think Cutie's saying for like impoverished areas where there are parasites.
Oh, sure.
That are actively affecting populations.
Yeah, God, yeah.
And situations like that. But you see, to recap last week when I brought it up, all it takes is someone to make a licensed version of ivermectin and then give it to those areas so that they use it and then suddenly start charging them and then they need it because it's keeping them parasite free. Kind of like Nestle did with the baby formula. And yeah, you create the resolution and then you create the demand.
And then the cash flow. Pete, I cut you off earlier. Your final thoughts on
ivermectin? Yeah, no. I drink that shit every day.
No. Physical and digital, you prick.
Without using the F word, I don't like it. I just don't like it. I feel like
it's fucking stupid.
you take away this one little thing, but it's a domino effect. It's always a domino effect. It's a 10-year plan. Okay, well, now we take away physical media. Now you have the license to download the game. Now we take away the game. Now we put this, oh, I promise we're not going to delete anything. And then 5 years later, the games are fucking gone. Like, I did it anyway.
We give it up. Let him finish first.
It's racist.
It's everything. It's what Netflix ran on, right? We're not going to do ads. We're going to be like this budget-friendly streaming service. And we have like discs that you could rent out of
Within
there.
3
and now
years.
they got rid of the disc, and now it's straight media. And then the prices slowly went up, and now there's ads were introduced to it. Oh, we would never do ads.
The fact
Now they're
that
hiding
they added
4K
ads,
behind a wall.
What?
What happened?
The fact that they added ads to Netflix, I was like, what? What?
Dude, nobody can answer me the question of why, if you're paying for a premium account on Netflix, why I'm still getting ads watching WWE Raw.
Because it's tier 1 premium.
I'm going to tier 1 my foot up their ass. I'm paying for Netflix. What if I'm paying for, what's this? Are you serious about tiers?
I don't
know. What if I'm paying for the full package? You're still sending me advertisements. I didn't pay for this shit.
That's tricky because when I was using Spotify, I had the ad-free version.
Right.
And I would listen to the Dollop, and the Dollop had ads in it. But that's because the Dollop itself had ads.
Correct. I'm not arguing with you. Ads during the show, I don't have a problem with. It's the taking the show and squeezing it down to a smaller screen to show you a big ad while the show's going on, like during a match.
Oh, it's like that.
Because now the WWE has ads all over the ring. They have ads on the effing turnbuckle. They have ads at ringside on the guardrails or the separators. And they're still shoving ads up during the show. What am I paying for?
When I worked for, seriously, when I worked for Walgreens in college, I made a joke about like our shelves saying like, when are we going to lease out this ad space?
Right here, this
seriously,
this billboard that's getting further back every day. How much can I sell this for?
Please, you go too far and then it corrects. Please let this be the rubber band. Please let this be the rubber band. Because Pete made me also remember that outside the Delaney prison camp where they're kidnapping people, there are First Amendment zones where you're allowed to protest it.
Mm-mm.
To hell with that.
No,
the United States of America is your First Amendment zone.
Yes, correct. That's what I was told. That's what I grew up on.
By the way, just free the hostages. You're just kidnapping people. Just free them. You're sick and twisted. Just let them go.
Do it the way that Obama did, and he deported more people. I know that because you keep reminding me. So do it the right way.
Oh, I love
you. I'm talking about them.
Oh, no. I love throwing that out. Like people like to say that about like the previous administrations. Like Obama broke the record for how many people he deported. He didn't pull people out of their houses or anything like that. Oh, everybody had the kids in the cages. Yeah, that's because an unprecedented amount of people migrated up from South America and they ran out of space for them. So unfortunately, they had to put them on cots inside of those camps.
And that doesn't make it okay either.
And they don't want to do that. They had no choice but to do it other than, you just let them.
Somebody was in the chat today saying to Matt, OG Matt, the one you bought the mug for, was saying, you're so full of crap. You never complained about any of this stuff when Obama and Biden were president. I'm like, I did. I've been pretty goddamn consistent.
Yeah, like Obama was great. Yeah, that's because, Gaza Strip was getting bombed, and Obama said nothing. Quote Lupe Fiasco: Gaza Strip was getting bombed. Obama didn't say shit. The drone program under Obama. Like, good Lord, come on! The fact that Obama is profiteering off of his former presidency, like the Obamas weren't as rich as they are now. They made an insane amount of money on their presidency. Like they're.
But who's the president right
now? They're a watered down Uncle Tom.
Are you allowed to say that?
I think so. They're a little bit.
Just in
traitor-y.
case you aren't, can you apologize for that?
I'm sorry if I'm not allowed to say that, but
I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Like, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but the Obamas definitely capitalized on it in a way that exploited people.
Let's move on.
Sorry.
No,
Sorry, I'm not
you're
apologizing to you. I'm apologizing in the chat. If like that's something that I'm not allowed to say, then sorry. It's just fun fact: I was watching Deadpool 2 last night, and
that piece of crap.
There's a scene where Genesis plays. Genesis has a song in that. Did you know that, Dan?
You going to tell me what you're talking about?
It's when Colossus comes and picks up Deadpool after
what's playing?
Juggernaut impales him in the head. And what song? I forget what song it is.
I don't think that's true. You're messing with me right now. Because you would have never, ever, 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 ever heard the end of it. I'd still be talking about it. I would end the show with that clip every week, risking copyright. What's the movie you watched recently? You were like, yeah, I really like it. And then during the credits, Pete, Take Me Home by Phil Collins played, and you're like, God damn it. What movie was that? The first thing you told me, like I was watching it, I was really enjoying it, and then Phil Collins, I was like, screw this movie. I'm like, I get it. I hear you. Sure did, Whitey. Oh, Misty, are you not white? Uh-oh. Can't watch my channel anymore.
What does that mean? Sure did.
I think she was referring to if you were allowed to say.
I know, but did I don't know what sure did in the context. I don't know if I offended somebody or if I overstepped the line or what. That's.
Am I gonna have to write a letter?
I'll draft an apology.
Okay. Dear Misty, I don't care.
Whoa.
Signed Matt with 1 T.
The Blade game?
What?
Right? Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah, they're playing about the Blade game. I mean, at this point, what does it matter, though?
Oh, I thought you meant the movie like that.
Microsoft reportedly considering canceling Marvel's Blade and shutting Arcane down. Do we think Xbox is going to be making games by this time next year? I don't want that to happen, by the way. I'm just asking. Like, there needs to be competition and physical media, by the way.
I should go full PC. That's what I should do.
But that's not physical either. What you said, when you said that in the chat, I was like, I mean, yeah, at that point you might as well, but it's also not physical. But you also have the DRM or whatever it's called, digital media rights thing on your side for the PC, which I don't think we have.
I don't have to worry about like new hardware.
Okay,
Peter Gabriel in your eyes.
It's just Peter Gabriel.
Well, same difference.
Yes,
I was like, does he mean Pete?
Yeah, but like Genesis and Phil Collins.
You're right. No, Genesis adjacent. Peter, yeah,
correct. No, they're all the same exact thing.
You know my instincts. He wrote that about Rosanna Arquette.
Like
he was still married.
By the way, I just want to say I hate Married with Children. That's a stupid show. I know that came out of nowhere. I saw there was this. I was one of the few times I've been scrolling too much on Instagram lately. A clip from that came up, and I was like, God, I hate this show.
But they're making fun of those people. That like the whole thing's a parody. Like that's why you hate those people. You're supposed to. It was like The Sopranos when people were like, I'm just like Tony Soprano. He's a piece of crap, and you're supposed to not like this person. Like that's the whole point.
Maybe that went over my head a bit.
No,
I'm not trying to. I'm saying like the characters on. Let me educate you, son.
I think I was too young when that shit came out, but watching it now is like this show is ahead of its time.
Yeah, it's making it's
like Archie Bunker.
Yes, it's like I was literally about to say it's like All in the Family. Carol O'Connor was one of the most liberal actors in the history of acting, and here he is playing literally a parody of things that he doesn't like, which is a loudmouth, misogynistic, racist piece of garbage. It's a joke. He's making fun of you, and it just goes to the point that I've said for the last 6 years that the right doesn't understand nuance, parody, or satire, or humor, or reading comprehension. Five things.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Apparently it's very offensive that I said that. Sorry, everybody. The Peter Gabriel Genesis.
Peter Gabriel Genesis thing.
No.
Brother, you joke. There'd be a lot of people that are very angry with you right now. He's not in Genesis anymore, but I wish he was. Ah! 1975 called It Doesn't Care. Anyway, so Blade's getting canceled too. And what else did Arcane do? By the way, we killed an hour on that. I told you we'd have enough.
Yeah, so sorry that I said that. I didn't realize they carried that kind of connotation.
I only knew that because I was trying to make that comment about a wrestler on HIC weeks ago, and I said, Derek, am I allowed to say this? And he goes, you can't. And I said, well, you know what I'm trying to say? And he says it, and he's allowed to say it. I'm like, yes, he's one of those. You're allowed to allude to, but...
This is such a complex history with this term.
It is.
Jesus.
It is. If you look up any racial slur, you find out a couple things.
Ironically, it's not just black and white.
No, it's not. That brings me to my point. I always throw out the Italian slur because who cares? And if you're mad, Italian and you're mad, get over it. You're not. You're white now.
Is that the toy I told you to buy?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, okay.
But if you look up that word, it actually started with your people. Pete?
The Guapanese?
No, the other one, the D word.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah?
the other word. It started with Hispanic folks.
Trinidad.
Can't you say it because you're Italian?
Yes, I can. That's my point. What do you mean, you people? I said your people, not you people. But it is you people. No, it started in that area in the world with the Spain, Italy. Anybody who was that skin color got that word thrown at them. And then they just adopted it and gave it to the Italians because white people could. Because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. None of the racist words make sense.
It's derived from the name Diego.
Mm-hmm.
That's so stupid.
Yeah. Thank you.
So uncreative.
Thank you.
No, it's not. I can understand. It's like the same reason I had a professor whose last name was Misuriello in Italy, his family. But when they came over, that's too complex. It's Miserella. Like that's literally what they did. They're like, Diego, that's too many syllables.
They tried.
They're just laziness.
My great grandfather Giuseppe tried to change his last name to Collins. That's not a joke. That's just irony. And the guys at the registry was like, no. That's not
what was
true.
his last name?
𝗀𝗫𝗄𝗃.
Oh.
He tried to change his name to Joe Collins.
In fact, to be fair, the guy at the registry was like, nah, dude, you're Italian. Just keep it.
Yeah, just keep it, brother. Just keep it Giuseppe.
But even then, that's also problematic. Giuseppe is a pretty damn Italian name, but that could also have been an attempt to no, you're not hiding the fact that you're Italian.
It was
because they hated immigrants back
exactly
then.
What it was.
So never mind. I take that back. He's too racist. Yeah,
back
dude,
then,
they hated Italians. You were white. And
no, he means the word. You said the word immigrants. He meant Italians. Yes, at one point, and that's what I keep telling racist Italians. I keep going into their chats going, you realize you'd be in the cage with them, right?
Yeah.
100 years ago, that you should shut up.
It's just white people just got lazier and lazier about the inconveniences of their racism. So eventually it just became white, black.
Yeah.
Because Italians weren't dark enough to be racist against. Even Irish, eventually they're like, whatever, you're a different religion that we still hate, but whatever.
At my great-grandparents, they're a completely different skin tone. And then they move over here for a few years and they get this pale. So that generation was like, well, you're white now. So all the hate went away. Well, some of the hate went away. But I tell them now when they're mad about Christopher Columbus, I was like, do me a favor. Go stand in Marconi Plaza with your sleeveless shirts and grease over there and complain about it over there. Go. Nobody's holding you down. You own the place now. Move. Anyway, back to the situation at hand. Isn't life grand?
I mean, this is such a first world problem. We're complaining about our damn video game consoles.
It is, but also it kind of goes beyond that because, as Pete says, it's going to permeate to everything else.
No, I know.
There.
Like, well, that's also why I brought up the First Amendment zones, because it's literally how much can they take away before we just say, "I'm buying a gun, everyone's gonna die." Because it's gross how much we overreact. Like, everything just gets pushed too far, and it sucks.
It's also how gross we underreact to the things we shouldn't be underreacting to, and what we overreact to that we shouldn't.
You know what I mean? There was an in California in like the 60s, 70s, there was a very progressive high school where they did like they had a very different way of teaching some of the courses and everything. And there was a history course by a professor, or I forget what his name is, but basically the students didn't understand how the Third Reich came to be. Like, how did this happen? Like, overnight, like, how did this army come to power? Like, how did they just let it happen? So he started this thing called the Third Wave, and his students, and this took place over a week, 2 weeks at most, I believe.
That's not looking good.
And he started this thing called the Third Wave, how like his students were selected for this government program. Like, they're going to be the next leaders of the country. And it grew. People from other classes started showing up at his class, and like students were like doing this, like this kind of signal to each other to like the Third Wave. Kids from other schools were coming and showing up at his classroom to be part of the Third Wave. And at the end of the week, he locked them all in this dark room, and he started portraying film from, I think, the actual Third Reich. And the kids started freaking out. There's a documentary about it called The Third Wave. And one of the students started freaking out, thinking that they were all going to get killed, because like he kind of brainwashed them into thinking they were this thing. And like, it was a great and a bit twisted way of demonstrating how these things come to pass. So yeah, absolutely look into The Third Wave. It's a crazy true story about how liberal hippies in California
in the 60s.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Holy shoot.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy. There's a documentary about it.
I was going to say, Cutie says, just to catch up, just full Michael Douglas and falling down. One of the first memes I saw about the physical game things after the GTA 6 announcement was brought up was a screenshot of Michael Douglas for falling down in a GameStop going, "I want my physical disc."
It'd be really cool if someone did a Michael Douglas. Don't use AI. If someone did a really cool drawing of Michael Douglas and falling down in the artwork style for GTA.
GTA, yeah. Somebody's going to use it. It's funny. You mentioned that. Cutie mentioned the Stanford prison experiment.
Yeah.
Another one that I remember is the Milgram's 37 experiment. Would you like to hear about the Milgram's 37?
Sure.
So basically,
how much information do you have about it? How in depth can you go about
the basics? I have the basics.
Okay. Basics are fine.
I learned it from Peter Gabriel. Anyway, moving on.
That's fine.
He has a song called Milgram's 37.
I learned about it from the Dollop, and then later I watched the documentary. That's
and to tell you a little bit about it, the song is called "We Do What We're Told." So basically, you're in a room with a guy, and it's like the beginning of Ghostbusters, where you have the shock machine. But it's hooked up to a guy in the other room, and the guy tests you on how high you're going to shock the person in the other room based on how much money you're going to get. I'll give you $100 more if you shock him at this voltage. I'll give you $100 more if you shock him at voltage. Okay. And he found out that 37 out of 40 went as high as they could. The catch is nobody in the other room was getting shocked. It was all mind game. He wanted to see how many people would do it. We do what we're told. Yeah. Pico is all I think of when I hear the name Peter Gabriel. When people say what radical, you know that meme, what radicalized you?
So David
Peter
Thorne
Gabriel.
is a satirist from
I
Australia.
know that name.
Yeah, he's the guy who tried to pay for a Dr. Bill with a drawing of a spider.
That's right.
And then he sent the picture of the spider over. And then when they said we can only accept drawings as form of payment, he asked, "Can I have my spider drawing back?" And then she's like, "The one you emailed me?" He says, "Yes." So she sends it back as an attachment. And he says, "This can't be the drawing I sent you. This only has 7 legs." And she's like, "That's the one you sent me." So he's like, "I've sent it, adding an 8th leg. I trust that this resolves the account as there was an error with it." And like, he just loves wasting time. Anyway, there's this thing he once explained and somebody to an idiot who was emailing about something, who was like just following rules blindly. And David Thorne's explaining how there's an experiment done where there's these steps that these apes or chimpanzees are on. And there's a bowl of bananas, and the apes go and they touch the bananas, but every time like they leave the stairs, like they get shocked. So they stop doing that. And then they swap out a monkey for a new monkey. And then the monkey goes for the bananas, and then they all get shocked, and then like they like kind of attack that monkey. And then they swap out 2 monkeys, they repeat it. And then they had all these original monkeys, like monkeys that did not come from that first group. And anytime one of the apes did something, they would just attack it because they knew they would get shocked.
Oh my
They didn't
God.
know why. Yeah, I'm probably butchering it a bit, and I don't know if this is actually a true
I need
thing
to
or
look
just a
this
really
up.
good, or if it's just a really good
I'm
analogy.
gonna
I
look
hope it's
this
just a
up. I
really
got
good
some
analogy.
reading to do after this show.
But it's essentially just the concept of following rules without understanding why.
You mean like, never mind. Radicalizing why I am the way I am. Peter Gabriel, the song Biko is about the anti-apartheid leader Stephen Biko, Bantu Stephen Biko, South Africa, who was taking it. What did I say? Apartheid?
Apartheid.
That's how I learned how to pronounce it. My bad. He was taken into custody because he spoke out. They tried to do this a couple times. He was arrested, charged with something, and magically in transport from jail to another jail, he dies in transit.
Black people don't die in police custody.
You're right. It never happened in Baltimore recently.
He definitely killed himself.
So, well, they beat the holy shit out of him and let him die in the prison floor.
I'm gonna have to go to Second and Charles and see if they have this book. I don't want to buy it.
And after that happened in 1977, and Pete wrote the song the other Pete wrote the song in 1978, 1979, and he has ended every concert he's ever played since then with that song. And when I first heard it, when I was 12, 13, first thing I did in school in the early days of the Encarta, remember the Encarta encyclopedia?
Yeah. It's called friendship.
Oh, sorry.
Look it up.
Look
Encarta
up. Was look up Biko and go, oh.
Yeah, that's insane.
And my little brain going, they killed this guy because he was black? Not like I didn't learn about civil rights movement before that, but it was like, in my world, in my little brain, it was separate from the American civil rights. So I'm like, why would that happen? And then you open up your whole little mind to all the other stuff that was happening during apartheid. And you're like, oh, that's what radicalized me. And then Genesis did Land of Confusion and
It's the same thing with Fred Hampton. He was gonna be an amazing leader in the Black Panther movement, and then the FBI killed him.
That's it, straight up. The FBI, the same guys also killed Martin Luther King Jr. That's not a conspiracy. That's not is that what really happened? That's official. Malcolm X too.
I haven't watched the movie. I learned about Fred Hampton from the 𝗪𝗪. Then they actually didn't. You do. It's because sometimes it's really funny, but then there are episodes that are very serious, and Gareth's just like, oh, it's one of these episodes where he just tries to make jokes, but a lot of it he's just getting really bummed and upset. But like, learned about this from the doll. They did an episode on John Africa and Move, and that was after watching Let the Fire Burn at Your Place, which is a crazy documentary.
Well, that's right.
Like,
I made you watch that, didn't I?
It just crushes your soul. I don't like Mondays. Yeah.
Yeah, Cutie brought that up. Yeah. It's
I
about
had
a girl went to her school and
about that.
a girl went to school and shut up the school. And when she was asked, "Why'd you do that?" I don't like Mondays.
Yep.
Fun world we live in.
Yeah.
Also, Bob Geldof can't sing. Love you, Bob, but Jesus Christ, don't sing. Anybody else should sing that?
Impression of
Roger Waters? Yes.
No. What's his face?
He just like
Bob
what?
Bob Dylan. Welcome to the Shadowcats, where sometimes we go crazy on social justice history.
Anyway, toys.
Yeah, toys.
Dear God by XTC. I could go on. New York mining disaster 1941. I'd have to look up.
Back to first world problems.
First world problems. Hey, this Hancock figure. I just wanted to say the word Hancock. Pete, you sent this. What is this?
I did.
Matt, you sent this. What is this? I'm
I
guessing.
didn't send this. It's from One Piece. It's from an
Pete,
anime.
you sent this. Yeah, usually if it's whatever sh_figuarts, I'm like, well, he sent it. Pete sent it.
Okay.
Which is weird because he doesn't collect SHF because they're typically even small. It's like they were like imports too big for us.
Oh.
We have to go smaller.
No, I think I was interested in this only because my buddy is a big One Piece fan.
Yes.
And yeah, so I wanted to share this for him.
He ain't
Honestly,
watching this no
Show
more.
like a piece of shit.
Yeah, he might have tuned out a little
He
bit.
tuned out already. He's like, I ain't watching this shit.
But no, for anyone who is still with us, one, thank you, and two, not bad to drop some knowledge on your faces once in a while. But also, yeah, if you're into One Piece, SHF has been doing a good amount of the figures.
I'll tell you right now, this is already our highest rated YouTube video in a while. Live.
What?
I said what I said.
Because we're going crazy on it?
I don't know. Just a lot of people tuned in. I don't know.
All right, cool.
I just work here. Same. The crowd on Twitch hasn't changed, which bodes well. The New York, what Bee Gees song is about the New York mining disaster? Staying Alive?
Yeah.
Were you going to do the same joke?
Yes.
You Win Again with Phil Collins on drums?
Oh,
The
it's
song's
titled
called the New York Mining. Wow. Have you heard about the... Sorry. That's
Well, if you
no,
take
please
the
do that.
bonds, you've to find a little piece of coal.
and purified to burn for the few.
This character's kind of like three swords in his heart.
What is that little dirty steak?
What, Pete?
I wish you knew more about One Piece so that you could sing in the Bee Gees voice what this figure is and what he's doing.
He's laughing.
He's got a bunch of swords.
He got a bunch of swords.
I'm that guy with that thing. Benadryl is on my head. Look at my so
I can't go that high anymore. It is not happening. It's standing on a chair.
Oh, there you go. I was gonna say, like, I know this guy's like one of the three main characters.
I don't think so.
Sorry, Pete.
It's okay.
I'm eating the sword today.
Plot twist that Tress is actually a mimic and it's gonna eat them.
In the event of something happening to me, I gotta look that up. I know the
I hear
song.
the live action version of this show on Netflix is really good too.
It got the second season, so Netflix doesn't hate it yet.
Oh, give it till the end of the second. What's her name?
Much more, bro.
My buddy's been trying to get me into this show, and I think he told me there's like over 1,000 episodes.
There are over 1,000 episodes.
And he's been trying to like concoct a list for me, but it's already been like a year and a half. So I don't know if
he's still working on the list.
Working on the list, or he's just bossing his own sauce.
In all honesty, if Netflix can keep the show popular, like this is a really good investment for them to do, considering how long it is.
I'm sorry, Cutie's saying way more than that. Episode numbers.
So it's over 10,000.
So is she in it with the side boobage? Sorry. We're getting off track again.
Don't touch grass, nerd. Or was it
no cursing, no cursing, no boob glaring.
I'm sorry, I saw a boob and I got excited. listen, I love shows that last that long, so I'll probably never watch it. What is going on there?
Actually, I will say I don't care for anime, but I was caught like a little more than half of Princess Mononoke the other day. I was like, this is actually good, and the art style is impressive.
Kelly
You
always
should watch Eternal Blue. It's a movie, and see how you like that. It's more of like a
What's it on?
psychotic thriller. I think it was on HBO last time I saw it, but yeah, it's fucking crazy.
God damn it.
No, I can't watch Evangelion.
Well,
I mean, it doesn't hurt. Don't bring it up for like, yeah.
no. I was bringing it up because I've heard about Pen Pen for years. Our pickup truck was called Pen Pen because of this character. And the first time I sat down to watch this, about 3 minutes in, the main male character's wearing a shirt that's got a logo on it. It's not Genesis. It is British rock, though. And I'm like,
Arctic Monkeys.
Is that XTC? And I look up. She goes, I don't think it is. And then you look at their album Drum and Wires, and I'm like, no, that's an XTC logo. So the character has an XTC shirt. And I'm like, oh. And what's the show that has Yes's Roundabout as the credits? Is it Roundabout or Runaround? Oh, long distance. No, it's Roundabout. Anime, yes. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure ending. Roundabout, yes. I know what that is, of course. Yes, I knew Long Distance Runaround was the B-side. Hey, Chicago was at the America 250 thing last night. Should I be upset or?
Is Roundabout the song by that?
They're on tour in the area.
That's true. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Pete.
I was gonna say what was the name of the song that you were just saying?
Roundabout.
Roundabout. That's the John Popper song?
No,
that's Run Around.
Blues Traveler?
Yeah. No, Pete, stop it. Stop forcing it. No means no. I wish you could show off the Elden Ring blind box figures because they were sold out at the Japan import store I went to yesterday. It broke my heart.
They're on Big Bad Toy Store. You could also get an Ami Ami.
Okay.
Did you see the link I sent about the 4K version of that classic anime that's coming out?
Akira.
Yes.
Pete.
Oh.
Son of a bitch.
Oh.
It's the next one.
Oh, foaming at the mouth.
Where's the sound? IMAX 4K, sir. Wow,
there's a couple
that
things I want to buy.
Gorgeous.
I need this, and then every Quentin Tarantino movie.
Oh my god!
I never realized that Hartman, when the Trapper Keeper absorbs him, is possibly a reference to Akira.
Yeah, well, it's called a. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. I was listening to you bass backwards.
You're fine. I didn't say it very well.
Look how clean that looks.
Right,
dude. Honestly, watch Princess Mononoke because it came out in '97. I think they might have remastered or something. Like, it's so clean.
You want Melania? I heard she's available. Never mind.
Just go on eBay. You can find someone who's probably scalping it.
Yeah. The only other animated movie I saw in 4K, please let me explain, was the Beatles' Yellow Submarine, and I remember watching it going, "This looks too clean. I don't like the way this looks. It looks too neat. This looks like it was still this still looks good." I wonder if they've been. I think they did improvements before the 4K was released on physical disc for the Yellow Submarine because it looked better when I got it home. Or maybe it was because it was in 4K on the screen. I don't know. It looked better once it came out. That transfer came out. This looks wonderful, and it's on YouTube compression. Wow. Okay, well, sign me up for that. When's that? September 4th? I'm in for that. Did I get the link about your...
What takes them so long to put out 4K versions?
Money.
They have to work their way from 1K to 4K.
Money.
So it's a long run. What you're saying? It's like a marathon.
It is. Well, first of all, you got to find, to get a proper 4K, you got to find the original reel. You can work off another reel, but it's not going to look, it'll look fine, but it won't look as good. For example, Genesis 3 Sides Live, they didn't have the original film, but they found a print of it and cleaned it up, and it looks really good. It doesn't look as good as it could if you found the original film reels. This, if you go back to the original film reel, you clean up from the 1K, air quotes. The
reason I'm asking is because I just said the thing about Quentin Tarantino. I noticed that Django Unchained does not have a 4K version out.
It doesn't? I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. It's the first movie I looked at. Let's see.
Yeah, interesting. I do know the process to actually do a 4K transfer is more than just the physical transfer. If the film is messed up enough, then you have to digitally go in and remove foreign objects.
Yeah, well, like
imperfections.
Walgreens and other places that used to, Walgreens still has a photo center, I guess. Well, like, yes, they do photo restoration. Yes. Yeah, and like there's probably is just a consumer one, but like there are professional ones that do that. And yeah, it's considerable work, because then kind of like what Photoshop does when it's approximating what an image looks like, it's a matter of pulling up that and then kind of using technology to surmise what actually that's supposed to look like.
I'm doing this for a reason. I'm asking you guys a question, and more so Matt, because I think he knows a little more about the restoration. If you know Pete, that's fine too. This is footage of Genesis. I'm not going to play the music from 1973. The footage was never properly restored. It looks meh. That's what the footage looks like, right? You all see it. Looks like crap.
Looks like early seasons of It's Always Sunny.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And then all of a sudden, this came out. Look how clean that looks. Ignore the weird makeup. He's out of his mind. That's Peter Gabriel, by the way. That's Sledgehammer, dude.
Yeah, you didn't see the third leg in the beginning?
How does it look that clean if you don't have the original reel? Look how good that looks. Look at little Phil with the short shorts. And the whistle.
I can't see the shorts, so I think that you're fantasizing.
It's zooming out. There, smart ass. Think I don't know? Damn you. But I was wondering how they got that as clean as something like that, because that's just with computer. That's not original reel.
Right.
I don't know how they got. I pressed play and I was like, oh my God.
When did they release the
21?
4K? So yeah, no, it's not AI.
That's what I was saying.
There's a comment. That's on. There's just a comment.
I mean, if it is AI, holy shnikes. Yeah. So I'm amazed sometimes, but it's money and time and availability.
Oh.
To answer Pete's question from 28 minutes ago. But I also want to say that AI restoration is something I support. I absolutely support that. That's not generative AI. Hey, look, it's fake Casey Jones. That's Casey Jones, right?
This looks pretty good.
No, it looks great.
It's on the Atom body or something like that.
Yeah.
Cricket. No, I like the golf club with the.
That actually looks really. Damn, that's a really good looking figure. I won't even lie.
That looks really decent. I really like that. That looks more than decent. It looks really good. Is that a hockey glove? That's a hockey glove.
Oh, nice.
It's an old school hockey.
And the
glove.
mask that they went with is more like the 2012 𝗂𝗃, I want to say.
What the hell is that?
That thinner, yeah.
That one or the white one he has on? I was looking at that one.
Either or, that thinner look is
Oh,
like
yeah. Yeah, look at that. That's so cool. The rollerblades. That's awesome. Man, we have it good right now as far as toys, man.
Yeah.
That's really sweet looking. And I only have one more after that. It's Brandon the Show on a McFarlane, everyone.
These didn't look bad. I was surprised.
When he was doing this.
He's also doing one without the armor. And it said it comes with other hands, heads, and other accessories.
Yeah, doubtful.
My other complaint is, I mean, if you go to the, well, you can't do it. I was going to say, if you go to the McFarlane Instagram, it has both posts side by side. But they don't show other pictures of the other Kratos.
What else is nice about this is he's actually going to be a big figure. And Kratos is a big guy. So like this,
the proper height, yeah.
This would actually work well with like your domestic figures. He'll be 7-inch scale. Hopefully he's a 7-inch figure and not big for a 7-inch figure. Or for a McFarlane manifested imaginary scale.
You guys think it's AI, that Genesis footage? Who cares?
No, that was an old comment. No, that was an old comment.
Oh.
That was before I asked how it's done.
Okay. Well, even if those same guys have taken what's the old millimeter film where you 35. Can only 35 millimeter. Thank you. Where you can only hold the button for like 3 seconds. It would film a little bit and then it would stop. They've restored those old reels, dude. They've got the old reels and made it look brand new. It's crazy.
Because the other part of that is translating that film to actually portray. Like there were parts of this, I've mentioned it before because it's crazy, but like Ryan Coogler's talking about making Sinners and how that was filmed. Like Oppenheimer was filmed on 35 millimeter, I think, or at least multiple films. Wow. Like they weren't filmed digitally. Sinners was not filmed digitally. That was filmed on reels.
You can tell the difference.
Ryan Coogler goes on a whole nerd video about the different types of film aspect ratios that he used. Like he was very excited about it. And real quick, but that's also like if they have the original film and it's clear enough, they can use that. And then I don't know how they do it, but that is then transferred over to the better quality.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, and this is kind of going back because I'm brain dead. The Akira trailer, did that have a release date on it?
September 4th.
September. Okay.
September 4th.
I'm on a website called Deep Discount and it says July.
Deep Discount. I love that website, dude.
Oh, is it legit?
Yes, it's legit. I've bought many discs from Deep Discount.
Because it says Akira 4K Mastering 2-pack.
Well, the disc might be coming out in July. The theatrical release might be September.
Oh, it's a theatrical thing.
It's a theatrical release they were announcing for September.
My dumbass not paying attention.
I think. I'll have to go double check. Yes, deepdiscount.com. Legit. I've bought many, many discs from there.
Yeah, after you said that they're getting rid of like lots of media, digital movies and stuff.
Started looking, didn't you?
Yeah,
started fucking looking, didn't you?
I've been buying them for years.
There's deep
Dan has too, trust me.
Yeah, I have too. You've seen the door.
Jesus.
There's more in there now. There's deepdiscount.com. There's Bull Moose. And there's Hamilton Books. There's 3 websites that sell this stuff at discounted price. Hamilton Books is a legit store in Canada. Bull Moose, I don't know where they're located, but their prices are competitive with Amazon, and so is deepdiscount.com. They all can, sometimes the prices blows Amazon's right out of the water. And I'll be like, I'll get it from you instead.
You also shouldn't buy from Amazon.
Also true, but again, it goes to the, I don't hold that 20th century TV sell up to 55%. God damn you, Pete, you shouldn't have let me come to this website. $20 for... You're a bad person. Hey, I have that. It's $57 for the whole Twin Peaks box set.
I will say one thing: if you buy your music digitally, do it from places like Bandcamp, because then you do actually own it.
Well, it's weird that you say that, because Peter Gabriel releases all his music through Bandcamp.
And he's the most I've ever heard Peter Gabriel's name in my life.
I've held back on the Pete thing, trust me. Wow, the whole Miami Vice series for $62. Did you know Phil Collins was in that? I'm not kidding. He was an actor. He's a bad guy.
That's a lot of nuts.
Language.
What was I saying before that? I really got draft track there. Shit. What was I saying? What was I talking about?
DraftKings and how gambling is also ruining our society.
Gambling is ruining our society. Pete Rose can't be in the Hall of Fame, but you're allowed to gamble on every goddamn baseball game you look at, and every point spread, and who hits a home run when, and
or whether or not we bomb Iran.
Yeah, that's also an inside job, but I'm a conspiracy theorist, I guess. Oh, Star Trek the Animated Series for $20 in cart. Thank you. Stephen King's The Shining.
This is
I'm gonna Django.
Everybody shopping.
Django Unchained.
You can read this text. Like, what is this text? Like, this is nonsense. This is text for ants. We use a magnifier just to read it.
Holy crap, man! No, that's 4K, isn't it? Oh, that's eBay bootleg. I don't trust that.
They have eBay bootlegs on this website? That's weird.
No, I was on eBay. They do not have bootlegs on Now they're saying there's a 4K release of it. Okay, so the United Kingdom got a 4K of that. No, that's Django. That's something different. You son of a biscuit maker. Hey, I wonder what the Nightmare on Elm Street box set is on deepdiscount.com. Pete, please end this show.
Well, if you want to hear more of our thoughts, tune in Sundays at 7 p.m. live on YouTube. Head to shadowmoses112.com to add our accessories to your collection, or slide to our Instagram to see the current projects we're working on. We will have a U.S. veteran podcaster and photographer T.G. Vaughn in July 26th. I believe that's 3 weeks from now.
Weren't we giving away a prize tonight?
What?
Did I read that wrong?
We're doing a full team giveaway?
I didn't even see anybody comment the thing.
Oh, okay. I have nobody commented. F them. They can't have it. Real quick, Dustin, hello, Dustin, says, I still have an album on Bandcamp, I believe. Not that I've seen any money. Flesh Engine, everybody. Go look it up. Especially if you like that stuff. What?
It's not like that. Flesh Engine is still on Bandcamp.
Yes, it is. I've been to his concerts.
Just say it is. No, I've listened to it. It's not quite like that.
I was going to say one time at Bandcamp.
One time at Bandcamp, I couldn't get candy out of the candy machine, so I broke it open with my crowbar. I'm definitely not a growler. All right.
Well, guys, we'll see you next week.
You're a wonderful singer,
Bye.
Dustin. It doesn't matter what I think. Who cares? I'm a nobody. Are we done?
Aren't we always? We all are.
We're done.